A Dallas City Council member says changes need to be made to the Crime Stoppers reward system if they want to continue to foster a relationship between police and the community. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. Dallas Mayor Pro Tem Tennell Atkins says changes have to be made to stop the Crime Stoppers debacle that is putting a cloud over the organization. Fox 4 first told you about the Jordans earlier this week. They spotted a wanted child predator. They called 911 for police to arrest him. The Crime Stoppers said they were not eligible for the reward offered in the case. Fox 4's Lori Brown live in Dallas. Lori, what's the latest?
Of course, Dallas Mayor Pro Tem Tennell Atkins said that there needs to either be a change in Crime Stoppers rules and procedures or a change in the board. Either way, he pledged to get to the bottom of this so it doesn't happen again.
I want to thank Channel 4 what you're doing, Fox 4, for putting this out there. And the key is taking this time to do your due diligence.
Dallas Mayor Pro Tem Tennell Atkins says Kenyatta and Brianna Jordan's actions are the very embodiment of what Crime Stoppers should be about.
Community policing. This is community policing.
In the Jordan's case, they not only recognized accused child abductor Leonard Neal at a bus stop. As they called 911, they watched him board a bus and then followed the bus until police caught up to it.
I felt confident that it was him, but I just wasn't 100%. But then I let the window down, and I heard him on there screaming. I said, that's him, baby. That's him.
Before police arrested Neal, he cut his throat with a box cutter. Neal is charged with aggravated kidnapping of a 9- and 7-year-old and aggravated sexual assault of a child.
I was happy. I mean, that I know I did something good. I did something right. I can help a lot of people sleep at night.
The Dallas Police Department posted on its website, Crime Stoppers will pay up to $5,000 for information called into Crime Stoppers that leads to the arrest and indictment. The post goes on to say anyone with information, call 911. But when the Jordans followed up with Crime Stoppers, they were told they were not eligible for their reward because they had called 911 instead of the anonymous tip line. Wednesday, I spoke with the chair of the Crime Stoppers board, David Dean, for more than a half hour. I asked, so no exception can be made? Dean said, I'm not seeing, based on the facts in front of me, Lori, and our conversation, that an exception would be able to be made with these facts and circumstances. I have no idea if others were calling at the same time. What would your recommendation be in that case? I said, don't you work hand in hand with police and can ask if there were any other people calling? Dean said, I really value people and encourage people all the time to call police. As far as eligibility for these funds, we have to follow those rules and procedures. I said, this seems like a broken system. Dean said, well, I'm enjoying talking to you. I know you have a job to do. The organization follows our rules very carefully. Atkins told us he plans to organize a meeting to determine how to adjust those rules for circumstances like this one to restore the public's trust in a system critical to fighting crime.
He put his life in danger to make sure that his person was off the street.
Dean told me that he could not provide me with a written copy of the rules and procedures that he talked about so much Wednesday, but he said he would get me in touch with the Austin-based Crime Stoppers that loosely oversees the organization. 24 hours later, he has not done that. Clarice.